Hello everyone, this is the Bevry Catchup session number 14. Um, this is actually hosted on the Bevry Google Plus page, so it's not on my YouTube account anymore. Very exciting, very debilitating for myself, but it's good that Bevry is becoming its own person. So today we have Edwin and we have Michael.
Hello.
Yep. So in the Hangout, let's start with the stand-up. Wait, where'd it go? Um, and my hold up. So the stand-up had a job interview yesterday, waiting for a follow-up. Chatted with Jed Watson. He created Keystone. He's in Sydney. We chatted for about maybe 5 hours or something, just about how we're collaborating in different project things. Yeah, which is good. He's really interested in Cheney. Now. Dropler also went paid, so that eliminated anyone being able to access all my uploads, including the new DocPad website sketch. So I wrote a script using Cheney to pull down all of my drops from Dropler and then put them in Dropbox instead. So, ha. Now, Cheney is now published and it's working, which is really good. And with Jed, we had lots of discussions about how we can actually make it. He doesn't think the API is that, I guess, intuitive from like coming from a beginner point of view, like being someone who uses underscore or async.js. However, I think like changing the API will like corrupt its purity, and he reckons that's like a bad thing in regards to getting the project more popular. So it's something which we'll see how it goes. And then there was a big discussion about whether it should be in JavaScript or whether it should be in CoffeeScript. CoffeeScript is definitely a lot easier to read depending what it does, and it seems that the only people who dislike CoffeeScript are the ones who don't bother to actually learn it and like spend half a day actually learning it. So it's just like, do we cater for, do we just rewrite it for the purpose of catering towards the stubborn asses, or do we keep it in CoffeeScript for everyone who isn't stubborn? Now we also figured out how to create the Google Hangouts from Air. Google Hangouts on Air from the Bevry page. That's the instructions are now added to our Hangout issue, which is good. So that is my stand-up.
Yeah, I think CoffeeScript is gaining ground. They won't be able to hold out much longer, I don't think. I know the developers.
GitHub uses them.
Yeah, that's awesome. The developers at MDM, they held out as long as they could, but now they love it. Um, so yeah, I wrote this down at the top of my stand-up. I'm going to start creating the Hangout session docs a day early, just so that throughout the day I have ideas of things that I want to do in my stand-up, but I forget what they are. So that way everyone can prepare and just like start front-loading the doc a day early with content. And another really simple DocPad website went online last night. It will get cooler, and it will be the homepage of a even cooler iPhone application. So that's cool. Me and Dinosaur, or Michael Williams, had a really cool discussion last night, even though we weren't able to record it. But thanks to Ben, we should be able to record things easily moving forward with his documentation there in the issue. But yeah, we talked about all kinds of stuff. I watched your talk with Michael, Ben, about interconnect, and the more I hear about interconnect, the cooler it gets. We came up with a couple ideas last night in our talk. One of them was being able to drag around like avatars. So like you see here on Google Docs, we have to like look down in the corner to like to see like our faces. But if you could drag like the avatars like at least like kind of by the camera, it wouldn't be as bad. Because like right now you definitely have to choose like you're either looking like you're looking down, or you're looking at the camera, but you can't see both. So that was a little cool idea. I got to put that in an issue. I had an idea yesterday for time dilation because if you notice, there's been a couple times where we'll start talking at the same time, and that is because of lag. But uh, the idea, the verbiage, time dilation comes from the game Eve Online, where they have like hundreds of players like in a battle at the same time, and there was a bunch of lag basically, and they applied this time dilation kind of a thing where it kind of smooths over everyone's experience because it anticipates that lag basically. So I was thinking we might be able to try something similar for interconnect so that people don't try to talk at the same time. And me and Mike talked about a lot of other cool stuff, and he was explaining to me value networks and co-ops. And I know I've seen like co-ops in action, like successfully, like many times before. So I don't know enough about value networks, and I haven't seen them like in the wild enough to think that I'm gonna apply that to Dockport. So I decided I'm just gonna make it a co-op, and so I got to figure out exactly how to go about that because I've never heard. I don't think you register a company as a co-op, so or maybe you do. So that's something that I have to find out. Hackathon starts tomorrow. I don't know what time, but I'm just gonna be around like 24/7 and super excited. Me and Mike talked about that a little bit as well, and Mike's probably just going to keep hacking on his map, and actually get that onto the Bevry website somewhere. And then I had the idea, well, okay, so we have a user map, and we have all these emails from people signing up through the command line when they first run DocPad for the first time. So we should definitely put these together potentially in a proper user database. So when we do things like launch interconnect or launch Cheney, or like let's say the Cheney website comes online or the interconnect website comes online, or we do a Kickstarter or things like that. It'd be nice if we had a proper user database to inform people about that. And I think you've leveraged your email list a couple times before, Ben. But what me and Mike were discussing is we could like basically help out with that a little bit, and that's the idea of all of us coming together with these hangouts and stuff, the catch-ups. What else? Oh yeah, and then just breaking things up for the weekend. So Ben's definitely going to be like all over the place, actually putting the website together on the back end with tying out all the data. I'm going to be focusing on the front end because that's just what I do every day. And then the other thing that I'm going to move on to from there is a discourse plugin, maybe, or whatever miscellaneous things, anything that's that needs attention. And then I was thinking like people, it could like for people that don't like have necessarily something to do, they can always just result to like hacking on the DocPad project or a plugin. For example, like Rob Loach's Yeoman generator. That's very timely. So like if Rob Loach had nothing to hack on specific to like the Bevry website specifically, he could fall back to hacking on his generator, which would provide super duper value, of course. So maybe this is a feature that we developed too for our Fortnite hackathons, is some kind of a thing where users can basically sign up or volunteer for different tasks for the hackathon, so that we get a little bit more organized instead of trying to do that like the day of the hackathon, because it's basically what's going to happen if we don't plan ahead for it. So, and yep, it's my stand-up / rant. Yeah, I'm sure you guys probably could have like interjected things in between there. So if you want to go back and comment on anything, sorry, I just kept rambling. So
It's okay. I'm sure I had something to say, but I forgot.
yeah, that's my bad.
Oh, don't worry about it. Okay,
Let's
so
yeah. So do you remember, Edwin?
no, just my stand-up, which doesn't have
All right.
much to do with Bevry anyway.
All right. Well, let's hear it.
I got some work done for a client, almost finished his website. And I've basically been playing around with everything in my computer all day. That is all.
Cool. All right. So I've got things to talk about today. So today actually kicks off our first hackathon. Mentioned this at the start. So as soon as this is over, we're doing another hangout in there to say hackathon, woohoo, and then people can join it because it goes from in 12 p.m. Sydney time today till end of Sunday for everybody. So I know for if you're in North America right now, it's now Friday night, right? And
Yes.
so it'll be kicking off at your midnight or whatever it is, or Friday night, but you get to go for the entire weekend. So it's up to you whether or not you want to, not sleep. I will be sleeping. So now Michael said a good thing about the sending off the newsletters. That's definitely something we should be doing. So the people are being stored in Campaign Monitor. I can probably give you access to that, Michael, and then you could, send your campaigns, whatever, out. We should probably have a blog before we send any campaigns out, so then we can just say, hey, check out these blog posts, right? The newsletters could probably serve as a summary of all the things on our actual blog. Perhaps best that, one thing is we can just use Medium for the blogging, maybe. And then we can just use Tumblr as like an aggregator or something, because like if we use, I don't know, it can go either way. At least with Medium we don't even have to bother doing a design, right? That's the benefit. Do it right? So we can be like when Tumblr, right? Like well, I guess we could use like just pick some Tumblr theme and then run with it. I mean, it probably doesn't matter. Right, so
Well, I didn't
um,
bother doing a design for my website. Right
yeah.
now it's pure HTML and default CSS.
Yeah, that's how my Dockhead
So
blog
I
usually.
guess that's something.
Oh, there's some time dilation.
So yeah, we can. I'll probably figure that out, over the next 2 hours or so while you guys are sleeping, I guess, because that needs to be done, and that will be fitting for the hackathon. Um, Now, so yeah, that sums it up for the actions. Anyone else have anything to add?
Not really.
I'll be joining the
Um,
hackathon. Oh, sorry, at around later tonight. So I'm here with my friend Brett actually. And we're about to start hacking on Google Glass with WhereScript. So I'll be doing that for a couple more hours, and then I'll head back home, and I will join you, Ben, and I will not sleep.
all right, sweet.
For the for the
Don't get
hackathon I
sick.
can't for the hackathon I can't provide more than being an idea man and a feedbacker
Yeah,
for
You
now.
gotta get your hands dirty, man.
you could hack on the documentation.
Yeah, documentation or code a plugin or something.
Yep.
You can do it. You can do it, Ed.
Man, someone has the Bevry handle on Tumblr. Punks.
Yeah, dude, there's like people named like with the first name Bevry on Google Plus. Oh, and
Seriously?
yeah, and check it out. Um, and we are the Bevrians. I don't know if that makes sense.
Bevrians?
You know,
Alright.
like yeah. I don't know.
I don't like it when both my name and my username are occupied in some service. That's not common, but when it happens, it's annoying. And it happened on Twitter, the one service I didn't want that.
Yeah, there's like 20 Michael Moorings on Facebook, probably more actually. And someone said they actually saw my username Michaemus like on a forum somewhere by like another coder too. So I was like, but he didn't know where the link was. But that'd be sad. But I mean, he doesn't come up on Google like at all. So
I
Alrighty.
think last time I checked, there were like 5 Ithwans born per year or something.
Alrighty, so I think that's probably good. Oh, we've got some digressions. So we have Edwin. Do you want to run through
Yes,
the two you've had?
yes. So I included start using the ISC license instead of MIT. I've read both, and basically the ISC license is MIT or the BSD license with simplified language. So I don't know if you would prefer to start using it. I think it may be a smart idea. It's basically the same, really.
Yeah. So this is
And
probably going to be. Oh yeah, continue.
no, yeah, go ahead. I was going to say about the atom,
Yeah.
but that's
So for the I think everybody knows what MIT is. Like I've never heard of like I only heard of ISC before like maybe a week ago because it came up about something. Um, but I think like every single person knows what MIT is. So it's a license they already understand. But I know
yeah.
that ISC is just MIT with simpler language, and it is like an official thing, and everyone it is an official license just with simpler language. So I mean that's fine, and it is certified and everything like that. But I mean like at least when people see MIT, then it's just like, oh, I know what MIT is. But when people would probably see ISC, then it's probably like, what is this, right? Then they have to research and they have to learn, right? So it's like, do we want to convert everyone who already knows what MIT is to now understanding or learning what ISC is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see your point. It's just a suggestion, and
Yeah.
I think where you saw it is npm init, because for some reason that's the default
Yeah,
license.
that's it. Yeah. Maybe we can find out the issue where they say, should we use that over MIT? That would probably be an interesting discussion.
Somebody will definitely suggest GPO.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, what was your other digression?
Yesterday yesterday or the last hangout I wasn't able to attend. You guys were talking about the Atom text editor, and I think you
Yeah.
missed a very important point, which is that it is being developed by GitHub,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah,
it's
I don't
being
think we
coded
actually
in
covered that.
CoffeeScript.
Yeah, because GitHub uses CoffeeScript for everything. They actually have if you go to github.com/style guide, you actually see the style guide GitHub uses and recommends to everybody. And in it, they actually say use CoffeeScript. So it's really interesting that GitHub is actually recommending to everybody to use CoffeeScript. So it's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
all the CoffeeScript haters are going to have a tantrum about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good point. We should have raised that.
So my only digression is
Alrighty, so
Star Wars Clone Wars is still awesome.
Maybe we need to like raise our hands or something. We can raise our hands when someone wants to talk. Maybe that's what we need to do.
I remember what I was going to say about Interconnect. You should add a raise hand feature.
Yeah.
Gets to talk first.
We should print out like little
Yeah.
paddles or something. Like use that. Or we should just use Interconnect. I'm like so excited about Interconnect. But it'll be ready by this summer. Hopefully we'll start using it.
Handshot first.
All right.
Alright guys, see you in the hackathon, I guess.
All right. You didn't have. You were gonna say something though, and then you got cut off.
Oh, Star Wars Clone Wars. It's
You mentioned this before. You must really
I have
like
to-
it.
I have to. Yeah, it's getting better, man. I think I had to research this. I think George Lucas was actually like part of it though. It fills in so much backstory, and I mean it's child friendly, but it's like it's good, man. It's deep. Clone Wars.
I've only watched the original trilogy, and I've heard the first 3 movies suck. And I've seen scenes with Anakin. In the first trilogy, Darth Vader is this cool, mysterious, dark character that at the end turns out to be good. And with Anakin, he just ruins your image of him completely.
Yeah, in Clone Wars, you get to see him like as a young adult as General Skywalker, and it's pretty interesting.
You mean the cartoon, right? The American cartoon.
Yeah, it's a 3D animation, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the chances of me watching it are almost 0 because it's American.
Oh man, what about like the classics like Ghost in the Shell and stuff? You can't hate that.
Ghost in
can
the
you?
Shell is Japanese.
Yeah, but it's a cartoon, like a legit cartoon. But it's classic. Anyways,
Well, I saw the movie, and that's Japanese.
they have it.
Or-
They redid it in English. I think it's like in every language actually. But
Yeah,
anyway.
and every popular anime or OVA or movie, Japanese movie, is in English as well, but it will never be as good as the Japanese. Now you know
Yeah,
my opinion about dubs.
I don't get that deep with the anime, but yeah.
Me neither, but I like manga.
Alrighty, let's kick off the hackathon then. We'll take like a short 10-minute break and then we'll kick off the hackathon.
Sweet,
Alright.
sounds good. I'll be joining you, Ben, in about like an hour and a half. So
Alright, sweet, cool.
And
See you guys.
I'll be joining tomorrow.
all right.
Sweet, bye.
Bye.
Bye.